Hello. So Lacuna, why are you streaming now? You've got to stream later today. Are you proposing that you're doing 2 streams today? Well, yes. I kind of need to unwind myself before the Minecraft stream later, because I'm kind of... Nothing has gone my way in the last 24 hours. Yesterday's Command & Conquer stream VOD basically self-destructed about 3.5 hours in. Basically the local recording, because I record all of my streams locally as well as to Twitch. 3.5 hours into a 5.5 hour stream, the video just fucks up and ends up stuttering between 2 frames for the 2 hours remaining of that video while the audio plays. And this happened, by the way, with no indication at any point from OBS that anything was wrong. And this would be fine because, you know, I also set Twitch to save the VODs on Twitch, except that VOD is not on my Twitch page. I definitely went live. There are records of the stream having happened, but Twitch just insists I didn't set it to save the VOD, even though I did, so... And it's just got me all kinds of fucked up, because now I'm worried that, I've done something to screw things up on my end. So I guess this is also, just a bit of a test to see if it happens again or whatever. And also, my fucking vestments will have broke again. So this is the 5th time, I think. So I'm not feeling great about anything right now. I went to Recupera Raccoon last night and woke up today and was still mad about it all. So I think I need to just do some drawing or coloring or whatever to level myself a bit. And I figure I might as well stream to keep myself honest. So I have this sketch page of myself that I did. And I've been trying to clean up and post a drawing every other day or so on Blue Sky. Not Twitter. Grok doesn't get the privilege of my art. And yeah, so I'm just going to be doing that. I don't know how vocal or animated I'm going to be today. I just want to unwind. I even went to the gym and I don't feel much better for it, so... I'm also trying out slightly different rendering styles on each of these. I'm doing a thing here where I'm actually painting on the same layer as this aqua background, because I find that the brush I typically use for coloring reacts differently to being on an actual colored pixels rather than transparency. And it provides an undertone to all the colors, which is something I like to have anyway. Yeah. Just redoing these because I didn't like the color I had. But then again, I don't know if I like this color. It's a little too orange. I don't know. But maybe that's fine. Might make the horns and sclera more orange to match. Oops. I did at least do my full workout at the gym today, which I haven't done in a little bit, so that's good. been kind of just... I don't want to say under the weather, because that implies I've been sick when I haven't. I just mean, like, you know, seasonal depression shit. Like, under the weather in the more literal sense, in the sense that the weather is not very nice. And I have been underneath it. That's a bit too desaturated. I might, you know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to have the stream up on my phone the whole time, just so I've got another point of reference in case something fucks up, because yeah, this is also a technical test. Although maybe, something I did yesterday is I set my local recordings to be slightly lower quality, because look, the progress bar of me transferring all of my VODs to my external hard drive is 13% complete after 2 days. So maybe I don't need them to be such high quality, but now I'm worried that that's what caused the fuck up, so I've set it back to what I had before. Sorry, I can't be terribly sunny and bright today. What was I doing? Bring up Twitch on my phone. I am indeed live. I'm not... Like, that was the other thing that fucked me up. Like, I was
really
terrified
much of a purpose. It might just...
Shut up. I was terrified after the stream and after seeing, like, there was just no VOD on my Twitch channel that I did not actually go live, and I just gaslit myself into thinking I actually streamed. But, no, it did happen. I can prove it. Okay, I'm going to keep that in my line of sight just so I know. Ooh, ah! That's me trying to get my phone to stand up. There we go. All right. Is this right? Yeah, it'll do. I'm trying not to sweat too much about the colors either. Usually I'm extremely like, I will color pick the exact color that this thing is, and it has to be correct. So I'm trying to, since I'm experimenting with rendering a little bit on these, I might as well try to free myself of those shackles. Just eyeball it a little bit more. It is a little bit weird, like, since I now have my phone stood up with the stream on it, every time I do this, every time I move the canvas, it moves on my phone like 3 seconds later. But then again, some people stream with their, like, audio monitors playing their own voice back to them in their ears, which I do not think I can ever do. Like, that is a supernatural power to me. I would go insane. Like, hearing your own voice back to you like a tenth of a second after you speak. It sounds insane to me. I'm not about that life. I was so mad yesterday I couldn't even like hang around in like an Alice Sawyer stream, which is usually a balm to my soul. I'm trying to do the spot colors first. Let's do the orange and red on the horns. I do not know how much I'm going to go on this stream, because I do want to give myself some time between this and Minecraft this evening. Well, I have to have dinner anyway, so that's a moot point. But Like, I don't know if I'm just gonna color this one sketch and then stop or keep going. I don't know. I would like to do a more completed illustration, but I don't know if I currently have that dog in me. And I feel like if I'm going to embark on a bigger art project, I should just start doing my live 2D model. Should I just do the hair jet black this time? No, I'm not that brave. And again, I can make the eyebrows darker. I wanted to do the spot colors before the like duller colors because I want if there's going to be color bleed, and I want the brighter colors to bleed into the darker ones, basically. I think that is more fun and appealing visually. Make the hair like a notch darker. So since the last part of yesterday's VOD just self-destructed, it does line up kind of conveniently, at least, with the final mission of the GDI campaign of Command & Conquer 3. So what I might do is like record myself beating it just offline, and splice that onto the VOD and upload it like that. Because even though I know, like, there's always a self-doubting part of me that's like, oh, who cares? Like, that was a low-activity stream anyway. It's not like anyone, you had high chat activity or anything, but I'm doing this for me more than anyone else. So, and One thing that I want to get out of doing what I'm doing is the posterity of having like these playthroughs of games documented. So I might as well, even if technical issues wanted to say otherwise, I still want to have that record of Lacuna beat the Command & Conquer 3 campaign. Not even because it's like especially hard or anything, although actually some of those missions were rough. But just because, I don't know, I like it. Don't quite like what I've done here. I also don't know. Actually. I don't know if I'm going to end up like cropping this one to cut the ponytail out. Like, I don't know, this is a, like, that's going to be a weird composition, but maybe that's what I want, I don't know. Hopefully yesterday's issue was one time. It did occur to me that it might be because I am doing like a very large and long file transfer, but it really shouldn't, because like the disk that I am recording onto is a different physical drive to the ones that I'm copying from and to in the background. So there really isn't anything that should have caused that to happen, and I'm pretty sure I didn't touch OBS at the moment and it fucked up either. It's just frustrating that there's just nothing to which I can attribute what went wrong. This song matches the vibe of this drawing at least. Sometimes wonder if I should commit to my sweater being like much darker or lighter, because it's sort of in the same tonal range as the collars, and that's a little bit difficult to work with sometimes. Actually, maybe that's too blue. Oh, I missed a bit. Maybe for this one I'll try doing the shadows on the same layer as the color. Just do all of the painting on one layer. Might be an interesting little challenge for myself, because that's something I never do. Okay. Oh, let's do a little bit of blush. Can't forget that. I do, in fact, have blood, and it is inside my body. I might do some colored line nonsense as well. I did like, I prioritized it for this one here. Sometimes colored lines is something I sometimes mean to do and then forget. Let's try and do like a quite strong colored shadow. If I'm brave enough. I mean, I usually default to a purple shadow, but I'm not sure. Right, maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong. Maybe it's less about the shadow and more about knocking things into the background. This is a little weird, but bear with it. Trust the process. This is normally where I would like use an overlay layer or something, but I'm trying to just do it directly. It's also going to be interesting if I try to add any kind of like background to this, that I'm painting everything on the same layer. Hey Tavern, how you doing? How's uni life treating you? I don't know that I like what I'm doing right here, but I have to try something. I feel dead. Had some tech issues yesterday that have just left me very annoyed. So I'm doing an extra stream today to try and work it out of my system. Okay, I don't actually like this. Do I like what I'm doing here? Not really. Basically, my stream VOD just like self-destructed 3.5 hours in for reasons I cannot fathom, and it happened both locally and on Twitch, and it just pissed me off. That doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't also look great. I don't know. What to do? Oops. That's kind of interesting, but I don't know that I'm in love with it. Honestly, if I had actually, if yesterday's tech issues had just happened in the moment and I could have known something was wrong at the time, it would have been much easier to deal with. It's just the fact that I didn't find out till afterwards and had no hint that anything was wrong until afterwards. This is like kind of interesting. What's the effect this produces, but I'm still not sure I love it. Oh yeah, and also my vestment swiller broke again, making that either 5 or 4 times, but at this point, I don't even want to count. So I have to get a troll to come out to fix it again. And I'm just so done with this shit. I just want to be able to, like, wash my clothes on my own terms consistently. Is that so much to ask? Maybe I've got this all wrong. I'm not brave enough for anything other than a white background. Unless... It's nice enough, I suppose. You mean Geometry Dash? Washing clothes is fine. I just want to be able to do it in my own hive and not have to... Like, it really is... You really don't appreciate how much of a privilege it is to be able to do something like that until it is ripped away from you. Oh, I meant to have my claws there. Like sometimes a friend will mention that it is normal for them to have to go to a laundromat, and I'm reminded that, I mean, maybe this is more of like a human America thing. I think it's more common there, but like not everyone necessarily gets to just wash their clothes where they live. They have to take a bus to go, and now I have to do that because my thing is fucking broken. Oh, I've accidentally made the shadow color almost the same as the actual background color. That's funny. I wonder if someday I'm going to be peer pressured into playing Geometry Dash. Although I can't explain why, but I feel like I'm more likely to play Friday Night Funkin' than Geometry Dash. Though I would probably play mods of Friday Night Funkin'. There's a couple that I think look quite good, despite my misgivings about the game in general. I'm a bit too much of a rhythm game, like, purist and gatekeeper. And I know that some people say that Geometry Dash isn't a rhythm game. Maybe it technically isn't. But it always seems to present as one when I see footage of it. Maybe it has changed since I last bothered to watch anything of it. I mean, that's a rhythm game. Who remembers Groove Coaster? Now, that was some bullshit that I could not stand. I had a friend trying to convince me it was good, and I got very annoyed. I think I need to commit more. I mean, that just means they're not very well made. Is what I would say to that. But maybe that's a controversial... Maybe that's a hot take. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. Does anyone like those levels? Are they good? I was just trying to remember if I had this song in my rotation on this playlist. I might be trying too hard to be weird with the colours here. Yeah, I guess that's true. Like, I'm aware that I am prone to being a bit old troll shakes fist at cloud, especially with rhythm games. If it doesn't look like DDR, I'm like, probably going to end up throwing this whole pass out as well. I sometimes try to do like weird, ambitious shit with color, and I rarely get it to work out, and it frustrates me. Perhaps for the sake of my own health, I should not be trying to do that on this, but I can't help it. Oops. I was watching a Ray Rabenstein stream earlier yesterday, and it exposed me to two things that I did not expect to be exposed to in my life. The first was a human food product called Hoopsie, which is basically a jar of spam adjacent material that you put in the oven for 30 minutes. And it sort of expands out like one of those fucked up, like, summoning the cum demon chemical reactions you see on YouTube. And it looks absolutely wretched, but everyone who has tasted it says talks about it like it's the most delicious fucking thing ever. And the other thing was this, like, German cooking YouTuber who is just, like, the most dog shit, like, cannot, like, you wonder how he has survived this long human you've ever seen. He's so bad, and like, he's self-aware, he knows he's bad. He calls it, what he does, anti-cooking. Just like absolutely failing to prepare anything resembling normal human food. Normally I take a dim view of any kind of like reaction stream or streamer, but this was truly, like, Mr. Rabenstein was truly delivering an experience to his audience with this one. Oh wait, hang on, this is the wrong thing to have that shadow color on it, isn't it? That reminds me, I've been meaning to put some new... It wasn't even for the views, it was literally... Well, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about Mr. Rabenstein or the failed... The funniest thing about this YouTuber guy was he sounded so fucking depressed. Like, more depressed than me. And it's hard to tell if he feels like pressured to do what he's doing, or if he's doing it because he just feels compelled to document his cooking abomination. Oh my god, the videos we watched were like, there's these Nutella croissants that you can get where you like bake at home things, where you just, they're perfectly nice little like croissants that you buy and you put them in the oven and they bake up. But this guy has his thing he likes to do, where he Frankensteins a bunch of them together into like a big croissant donut ring kind of thing, where he like before putting them in, he manhandles them and squishes this uncooked dough into a wretched construct that like defies nature, just absolutely violating them for no real reason. And then he had to take it a step further and see if he could like insert a, like, after making a ring out of 4 Nutella croissants, stick another one in the middle of the ring and have it protruding out like some kind of disgusting, like a fucking Nutella chest burster. I think the reason we started watching those videos on that stream was because Ray was thinking about, in particular, a video where this guy tries to construct like a gingerbread house, like by instructions, but he completely fucks up the icing step, and it just looks like bukkake. Like, straight up, there's no other word to describe it. It is just loathsome white, semi-solid all over this unfortunate gingerbread construct, such that you can only feel pity for those involved. But yeah, very much a croissant rat king. God, the concept of a rat king is so good. Just like, who decided that was what you should call that? My Dragon Ball Super rewatch continues to go well. I'm in the Tournament of Power arc now, and it's funny to realize that the Tournament of Power is literally half of the Dragon Ball Super anime if you include the sort of run up to it, where Goku is like recruiting people for his team. Like, that's how long it goes on for. And for the uninformed, I am rewatching all of Dragon Ball Super because I want to do a tier list stream where I rank every version of every arc of Dragon Ball Super. So the movies, the anime, and the manga. But I need to make sure I am properly reinformed. I'm going to have to like gloss over the manga again as well, because I just... There are literally 3 versions of some of those stories, and I cannot remember which one does what, even right after watching them or reading them again. Okay, this isn't turning out too bad. It's kind of more interesting on a white background now, but honestly, you could that's a real idea. I mean, you'd have more source if you were ranking every Bulma hairstyle. I might actually genuinely I might have to get my friend Hamish on for that, because he has opinions on Bulma hairstyles, and I think they are mostly correct as well. He says that one of the worst things about Dragon Ball is how, as Bulma gets older, she just like has worse and worse hair and outfits. I need to bully him into getting to at least the Tournament of Power in the Super manga so we can watch the new Broly movie. New in quotation marks, a relative. How would I rank all the Krillin hairstyles if someone made me do that? quite sure how I'm going to do this, but we'll learn together. Having read the Super manga, it's also re-familiarized me with like how there's weird things going on with the translation of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball in general, just because the manga just uses its own set of like translated and romanized terms and names that do not appear in any other version of the translation. Like, for example, the spelling of Krillin is completely standardized to what is in chat right now from Tavern. Krillin. Except in the manga, where they spell it Kuririn, romanizing the like katakana or however it's written out in a quote-unquote more literal way. And it's just it's just really funny and interesting how, and like, because there's a whole media franchise going on here. It's not just the anime or whatever, where it's Krillin. Like, all of there is no game, to my knowledge, that spells it Kuririn. And the same with like the special beam cannon, Piccolo's signature move, is called the special beam cannon literally everywhere, except the manga where it's called Light of Death in English. God, what else? Hyperbolic Time Chamber versus Room of Spirit and Time. Although that's an interesting one, because I think that the Ocean English dub might call it the Room of Spirit and Time as well. There's definitely some others. Oh, and Vegito, the Potara fusion of Goku and Vegeta, or Kakarot and Vegeta, if you want to be completely accurate, is called Vegirot in the manga, in the English manga, which like is like, it makes more sense because it is a combination of the names Vegeta and Kakarot. And every other version just kind of has to pretend, because he's called Vegito because it's a combination of Vegeta and Kakaroto. So that, but like, Kakarot in English is not Kakaroto, it's Kakarot. So to call Vegito, they just kind of have to pretend that makes sense. And in the manga, they're like, we're not going to do that. We're just going to like change his name so that it makes sense with what these characters' names are in English. And it's just very interesting that the manga has existed on its entirely own like logic, separate from all the other facets of the franchise. I can't remember if I also know that Vegeta's daughter in Japanese, her name is Bura, and that's obviously meant to be bra. As it stands, the Dragon Ball Super English dub calls her Bulla, which is a completely... Did it just shuffle into the same track 2 times in a row? That's funny. But, like, Bulla is a completely reasonable rendition of that name, because Bulma is called Bulma, not Bloomer, which is what Buruma is meant to evoke. But I would like to investigate whether other versions do just call her bra in English. Because I think generally fans do that when push comes to shove. I don't know that I love what I've done here, but I feel like I'm also too committed to it to do anything else. I've also just saved kind of reflexively, so bruh. Yeah, bruh. I'm trying to remember if there's any other like wild divergences in naming between manga and entire rest of media property. Like the Kamehameha is not changed, obviously. I guess there's minor things like whether they choose to like Tri-Beam versus Kikoho. Oh yeah, because JoJo, there were like actual copyright issues with, because the fucking well, many of the characters are also just named after like bands and stuff, and sometimes there is a copyright problem that they don't have an easy answer to, so they just have to make a character have a different name in some context. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay. I don't actually know the context for that one. Is that from a... I haven't... See, I'm bad. I haven't read or watched any JoJo past Stardust Crusaders. So if that's from a part after part 3, then sadly I do not know. I really need to get on that, actually. Like, it cannot stand that I only know up to part 3 of JoJo. Can't stand for that. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap is a good name for presumably a business. No worry. Don't like feel bad about saying that. Like, it is reasonable to assume that anyone who knows about JoJo in a meaningful capacity should know about more than just Stardust Crusaders. I have no doubt. Yeah, I just, like, I've got no excuse or reason. I just need to get on that shit. I think it's just not really, I've just not been in the mental space to remind myself to go get or read those ones. Also don't have a huge amount of shelf space, and it's a manga that I'd rather have in paper. Like, I have physical volumes of parts 1 to 3. And I think it is prestigious enough that I wouldn't reduce it to just, like, iPad reading on the Shonen Jump app. But then again, maybe that's just an excuse. Maybe I should just read it. Because I have a subscription to John Jump. A funny thing, I learned a slightly funny thing yesterday streaming Command & Conquer 3, that I think the only people who stream that game on Twitch are, like, funnily enough, Russian. And like, I couldn't explain why, but also it feels like it makes sense. Oh no, have fun. Hope you have a good time, and thanks for hanging out. Always a pleasure. Yeah, you know what, actually this is fine, I think. Kind of interesting putting this on a background that completely contrasts the shadows. Like, I don't hate this. Gonna leave it for the moment though. Let's do some highlights. I tend to keep the highlights in my hair fairly muted because it is, my hair is dark, as is the case with basically 100% of trolls. Maybe I want a different... fine, but it's a bit meh, you know. This is not something that relates to the stream, but I should maybe try and hit up some of my friends to play TF2 again soon. All my friends are fucking busy lately, and it's pissing me off. I can't get anyone to hang out for anything. Can you all please just, like, quit your jobs so we can hang out? No, I don't think I love it being... If the shadows are cold, then the light should be warm. This is basic. Also, maybe I don't quite want that hard a line. I don't have any other brushes set up, really. Oof. No. Just stay the course. This is roughly how I do animation, also drawing the same line over and over for like 30 minutes. Maybe I'm shaking it all wrong. Maybe it needs to be like... No, that looks like ass. Shaking it all wrong there was a reference to that one bit in Adventure Time where Jake the dog informs a lowly bug that he is shaking it all wrong, and then proceeds to drop it to a fat gabba beat. A fat gabba beat being one of my favourite things in the entire world. I'm an absolute whore for a ultra distorted kick drum. Oh, this needs to be on top of the line layer. Maybe that's why I'm depressed. Maybe I need to get into some fresh GABA again. Maybe I do just want to smear these out a little. I'm just trying some bullshit out here, just so it's not a completely flat background. Artists who enjoy drawing backgrounds are so fucking powerful. I'm probably going to end up cropping this, aren't I? Maybe not. Should maybe do some more drawings of me, obviously in my natural habitat, but then I have to draw the habitat, and that's work. I think this one's good enough. I might actually cheat a little bit. Don't like the low saturation of the horns here. Oops. Although it's affecting the greens more. Making them very... what I did there was I maxed out the red on the color balance, and it's kind of interesting, actually. I don't hate it, but also... I do not understand how the color balance works, really, but it tends to lead to interesting things. What if I just... I mean, doing it uniformly, of course, flattens everything, but... It's kind of got a dusty quality to it when I max out the blue. But that's kind of interesting. Oops, I missed a bit. Since I've been posting all this art on Blue Sky, I've got it set so that I have to do alt text for any image. And, like, on a base level it's annoying, but it's also kind of... I think it's interesting to see artists having to describe their images, because it sort of recontextualizes them sometimes. Which I think can be interesting. What if I like... I've forgotten what I was trying to do. Jesus. Maybe I should leave it and have faith in my own color choices. There is a part of me that thinks about that, but since it's an actual accessibility thing, I wouldn't feel right doing it. Also, hello, Mufi. How are you doing? Where the fuck it... Looks layer blur, right. I do worry a little bit that maybe my quirk is an accessibility concern for humans. So I tone it down a little, but maybe, like, I don't know how human, like, screen readers or whatever it is that partially sighted people use for that sort of thing actually handle the text. Because I've known that some text-to-speech gets weird if you just insert a capital S into a word where there is normally a lowercase one. Maybe I should just ask, like... But then again, it's not like anyone ever responds to me when I ask questions on social media. It was also funny because I have it set so that I have to do it for everything. It means that, like, if I do like a shit post, or like a little screenshot of something, then I have to caption it. But I think that is in itself quite funny. I'll try something. Might not work. And again... Actually, if anything, this should be warmer because it's on that side of the image. I'm always a little nervous about my microphone volume on art streams more than I am on others because I have a Cintiq and I have to have it dragged up my desk. My microphone has to be a little bit further away from me. Maybe that's what it should be though. Like the eternal struggle of audio. Like, nobody actually knows how audio fucking works. And everyone who seems to is just really, really lucky and good at guessing. That's what I tell myself. I don't know why I'm fussing about the tip of the hair here either, because it's going to be literally... I'm probably going to crop it out. Actually, maybe I'm not. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be picking at this if I keep at it, so... Yeah, I don't know if it works if I crop it. And again, what if I like... Let's make sure I'm saved before I do anything destructive. Trying to do a sort of more organic fade here. It probably won't work, but I have to attempt it, you know? I think it just kind of looks weird, unfortunately. Well, I think I just... What if I just crop it like... I just leave it like that and come back to it later. Let's draw another one. Oh, what time is it? Okay, 3:30. While it would be nice and clean to end stream just having coloured and cleaned up that one, I kind of do want to go for a little bit longer. Let's see, I want to... This one's alright, but I kind of feel like I want to draw myself in a different outfit in this one. Right, calm yourselves. Also, I don't quite love how I've drawn my face here. I'm not sure why. Also need to do some to actually make this weapon look good. Whatever. Just kind of making shit up here. I'm not one for fashion, so coming up with a different outfit does not come easy to me. Yeah, I'm gonna make it a bit more girly. Nah, you don't get that. Not this stream. Pardon me. Change up my shoes too, why not? Or just go... all in on the thigh-high socks. Already I'm just roughing this out. There's a couple, as you can see, there's a couple of these drawings where I've changed up my hairstyle, so why not do one? I'm changing up the outfit. Nah, I do want some shoes on in this, I think. Something that's got a little bit of like... a little bit of tension, a little bit of dissonance with the rest of the outfit. I want boots. I was going to just do Converse, but... God fucking hell, what am I doing? Having a stroke while trying to draw these. I kind of drew the full feet and then I'm slightly ignoring them for the shoes. Actually, maybe it should be Doc Martens if I'm going for like very overdone footwear brands. I mean, that's no hate to DMs. DMs are good design and fun to draw, and probably good to wear since people like them so much. Uggs. I hate that I'm considering it. I like these, but I'm going to try it. I'll humour you. Ugh, so ugly. What was a bit on the side of the boot for that authentic UGG experience? You mean they're like worn down? Like there's a bit more. I don't know how that would even look, to be honest. Also, don't know why that would be a thing that happens with Uggs. Actually, I guess these lines, for some reason, don't meet. How weird. I guess that makes sense, yeah. Sadly, I do not think this is as interesting as Converse. So I humoured you briefly, but no further. I will try Doc Martens though. Though I think I'm probably going to end up sticking with the Converse in the long run. I do like a girl in a boot. Like in Smash Ultimate, when they revealed the like Zelda design they were using for it, and she's got boots on. Chef's kiss. Loved that for her. The shoes I normally draw myself with just have no heel at all, so it's interesting to draw myself with a boot that has a heel. Not drawing these very well. That kind of fucks, actually. Hell. Okay, good thing I counted for this. Lululemon or TNA hoodies. I'm confusing myself. I thought my mouse was on my other monitor because of my OBS. Lululemon. Oh god, activewear. I don't know if you meant a Lululemon hoodie. Okay, these do exist. I'm really not in love with the sort of super... Like, hang on, this like... Okay, that's very small. Like this very... There's no texture to this at all. It's like a lycra fucking hoodie. I don't know. Hoodies, like, I like a hoodie, but I don't know if I like sports hoodies based on these. ...2008 Lululemon hoodie. Lululemon hoodie. Or like this. I mean, that's kind of normal, I guess. I don't know. A large omega symbol on the front. Hang on. I see one with Mickey Mouse. I'm not seeing anything that corresponds to what you are describing to me. Oh. Oh, I see. That's not really on the front, that's on the hood, but... My god. Vintage. I don't know if I'd call 2008 vintage, but sure. I mean, there's things going on here at least. I think I'd like just a more sort of... I mean, for me, I like a hoodie that's just got a bit of bulk to it, but there's definitely interesting things going on here. This whole line... Oh, you can't actually see my cursor, can you? Yeah, now you can. This whole line is an interesting design touch going into the standard hoodie pockets here. Oh, it's like... Yeah, okay, I see it. I kind of wish they'd... Like, I don't like these seams on the arms. I feel like they should have lent into it more and made it like more accented like this one, because here it like this seam looks like they're trying to hide it and failing really badly, and it just looks shoddy. Like I think I would like this if it had more of like a sort of flared out like waistline shape to it, but that's just kind of how I like to draw them. But that's a fine enough hoodie to me. I might leave this in the file just because it's interesting. Don't know what that is. Oh yeah, it's this guy. Just in case I make a decision later. Thank you for that. That's certainly interesting. Oh, I think I've lost my Doc Martens. Whoops. Because I've overridden my my clipboard. Fuck, that's bad. Okay, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to redraw the Doc Martens because I think I do prefer them. Well, okay. I might prefer the Doc Martens to the Converse on this outfit. And then I may or may not make a decision on that, but I will end stream after that. Just because I don't want to... I do have a second stream later tonight, and I don't want to overdo it. I'm only so strong. And I don't want to turn what I intend to be a chance for me to wind down after getting really mad yesterday into further stress, because this has been nice, I think. You know that thing people do where they're like, where they, it's sort of engagement bait, but it's like, I want to say honest engagement bait, where they're like, oh man, I can't find any, I wish women would wear clogs again. I can't find any pictures of beautiful women wearing wooden clogs. And really, it's just a way to get lots of people to post pictures of women wearing wooden clogs on their thread. Maybe I need to start doing that with the things I like. And I'm not going to tell you what those things would be, not yet. This looks a bit bulky. I think I just drew my feet too big in this one, if I'm honest. So what do we like better, a bitch in Converse or a bitch in DMs? Like, this is a little more cute, but this has that dissonance I want. I might add something else to this get up later. I could honestly go for either, actually. Oh, you can't see. Sometimes I tend to like have my images a little low on my display when I'm drawing. Do this for about 3 hours and not come to a decision. I feel like maybe the DMs would be better with like one other piece of one accessory or item of clothing or changing hairstyle or something else, just to be like a sort of mirror to it. like some other thing that contrasts with the camisole and pleated skirt, which I haven't drawn the pleats on yet, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna defer the decision and just leave both in there. Okay, so we accomplished this today, which I think is just fine, and I think I'm going to just have it be an insane composition here. So let's make sure we've saved. I could... See, oddly, this feels like it draws more attention to the ponytail going off the edge. I don't necessarily want that. That's, yeah. This is like 90% of my life doing art, just hitting undo and redo on changes that are completely meaningless to anyone other than me. I think I'm just going to be bold and leave it at this, which is maybe the opposite of being bold, but whatever. Oh, whoops. No, I did say that as a PNG. All right. So that's all. I'm gonna go off. And later this evening at 7:30 human GMT, I'm going to be streaming Minecraft. I want to do the quests in the Twilight Forest dimension. I wonder what they have in store for me, but I've been trying to get other people on the server to join me for it, but no one's fucking playing on it anymore because I guess everyone else had their normal like 1 week Minecraft phase, whereas I, you know, have a 2-year Minecraft phase. But it's fine. So I'm just going to do all those by myself, and hopefully you'll hang out then. So have a good afternoon. And see you later. Bye. Thanks for hanging out.